I am very, very privileged and honored to be back in this palace. And I'm so happy to see my father sitting in state and looking very young and handsome. We thank God and we pray for long, long life for you. Today I'm here in my capacity as the leader and flag bearer presidential candidate for the New Patriotic Party for the 2024 presidential elections. As my brother Ambrose Derry, Honorable Ambrose Derry said, when I decided to contest for this flag bearer position to lead the New Patriotic Party, I came to my father and I informed him of my intention to contest, and I asked for his blessing so that I would go and contest. He gave me his blessing and told me to go ahead, and I'm going to win. But many people thought I will not win. They said it was not possible. They said MPP will not elect a Nandom Naa to lead the party because it has never happened. But I said it's only God who elects leaders. And if God says it will happen, then it will happen. I said it is possible. With God, everything is possible. And we prayed. And with your support, God has made it possible. And the MPP has elected me. And I thank God. And when I was elected, I came back to thank my father, to say I have been elected. And now it's time for me to go around the country and to campaign. And I said, well, if I'm going to go around the country, let me first start from home. I'll come to the north and start my campaign before I go outside the north. So this is why I came home to begin my campaign. I'm going to go around 276 constituencies. I believe that this election is a straight choice between two people, two Northerners, isn't it? You have Dr. Bawumia and John Mahama. Our case for you to vote for Dr. Bawumia is a simple one, because our brother John Mahama has been president before. He has been vice president before. He has been president. So he's had all the power before to help us. He had. But the question is, what did he do for us? He did not do much. He set up the Savannah Accelerated Development Authority as the vehicle for northern development. Hundreds of millions of dollars. Do you know of a SADA project in Nandom? One SADA project. I'm still looking for one in the 5 northern regions. The Guinea fowls, they said they invested in, flew to Burkina Faso. We didn't find them. Do you know that for the 8 years of the NDC, not one major road was completed in the whole Upper West region? 8 years, not one major road was completed. He cancelled teacher training allowances, cancelled nursing training allowances. And so I don't believe that this is what we want to go back for. I have not been president before, but I have been vice president. And as vice president, I've supported my president. I have initiated at least 33 policies that have been implemented. Now you see different policies that I have supported. You know, things like Agenda 111 that I have initiated, one constituency, one ambulance, that I have initiated, that we are seeing the benefits of across the country. And so when we said that we were going to do free senior high school education, many people didn't think it was possible at the time. In fact, our brother John Mahama said that it was a 419 promise. that if he had that money, he won't use it for free SHS. But we insisted because we knew that our parents were having difficulty in paying the fees of our wards in school. And we have implemented free SHS. Now you've seen the increase in enrollment from 800,000 in 2016 to 1.4 million now. And what is even more interesting is that today, because of free SHS, there are more girls than boys in senior high school. In 2016, for every 100 boys, we had 68 girls. In 2023, for every 100 boys, you have 106 girls in the senior high school. And they are performing better. The pass rate for the core WACSI 6 subjects in 2016 was 45%. In 2023, it has increased to 64%. So they are doing better, and we have expanded the access. And we are bringing them up to the 21st century by giving them tools. One student, one tablet. This tablet is powerful. We are loading all their textbooks on that tablet. So you are seeing that we are preparing them for the 21st century so that they can be competitive with their colleagues abroad. We have also brought free TVET education to the country. And therefore, you are seeing that we know that the education is the key to development. But the good thing for the free SHS, let me go back to it, is that the increase in enrollment last year was 500,000 students went in. Last year, 500,000. But if you look at the 16 regions and the enrollment into free SHS, the top 5 regions were all the 5 northern regions. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The top 5 in terms of enrollment were all the 5 northern regions. Why? Because we are poorer. We are poorer. This is why we are taking advantage of the free SHS. And this is why we are beating every other region in enrollment. And it will help us as we go forward in changing our, well-being in our regions. Because the more educated we have in terms of people, the better it will be for us in the long term that we are seeing. So we've restored the teacher training allowances, we've restored the nursing training allowances. And so we are introducing many policies. And I know, Your Royal Majesty, in Nandom, and in the Upper West region, and in the Northern region, but just take Nandom. Everybody can testify in Nandom that the development that you have seen in Nandom under the MPP far surpasses what you saw under the NDC. It's too much. It's really a lot. It's really a lot. When I went to Lambusie today, they said they want to be like Nandom. So I said they should keep electing the MP for MPP. And so we will get more development into Lambusie. But I know that we are going to do a lot more. The Lambusie to Nandom Road, you mentioned, and my brother has also mentioned. So when I leave here, I am calling the Minister for Finance so that we can find a way to get the contractor back onto this road. He's an excellent contractor, and I believe that if we get him the resources, he will finish this road before we vote in this December. So I'm going to put my weight behind it with my brother, and we'll push both the Minister for Roads and the Minister for Finance to get us. It's only 5.3 kilometers from what I am told today, and we should be able to do it. And there are other roads. I'm so happy the Kamba Bridge is coming on. And we are doing a lot of bridges in the north because the bridges open up our economy, really open up our economy. So we are doing the Kamba Bridge, we are going to do the Daboya Bridge, we are going to do the Yape Bridge, the Bupe Bridge, and the Nawini Bridge, the Misio Bridge. We are doing quite a lot of bridges in the whole northern region so that we can open up the economy. And across every region in Ghana, you are going to see major bridges being done. And it's a whole, So, in fact, I believe that if you look at what we have done, I mean, we've pushed the Ghana card, we've pushed the mobile money interoperability. Today, you can send money from one mobile company to the other, isn't it? From MTN to Telecel or to Tigo. Before, you couldn't do that. Today, you can receive money from abroad and it will come onto your mobile phone. You don't have to go to Western Union. Today, you can take money from your bank account and put it in your Momo account. And that means, this is what we call mobile money interoperability. What we are able to do in Ghana, we are the first country in Africa to be able to do it. The whole of Africa. Ghana is the first country to be able to do mobile money interoperability. When I said we were going to do it, many people thought it was not possible. But I knew that by the grace of God, we can make it happen. And we have made it happen. Chief, I want to say that I have many ideas in terms of changing this country. And I want you to support me. I want us to focus on agriculture. The economy will be driven by agriculture, by commercial agriculture, technology-driven agriculture, and we can provide some funding to our farmers and machinery like tractors to be able to help them farm. So agriculture is going to be one of the key areas that I focus on. The second key area that I'm going to focus on is the power generation of our country. We want to move power generation away from oil and gas, which always depends on what is happening outside the world, to solar power. I want Ghana to be powered by solar. And so we want to bring in 2,000 megawatts of solar. We've started in bits. You've seen in Laura, for example, we did that. Power is doing solar. But I want to go big. 2,000 megawatts of solar power. This is more than half Ghana's consumption. And this is going to reduce the cost of electricity by 50% for all our households and businesses. And that will allow us to be competitive. Your Majesty, I also want to bring the chiefs into governance. One of the biggest mistakes we've done in Ghana is to keep the chiefs away from the governing of this country. And I think we are paying a price for it. I believe that the chiefs have an important role to play. And this is why I want to amend Section 63 of the Chieftaincy Act to give more powers to the chiefs. A lot of cases are in court which can be solved in your palaces if you are given the wherewithal to solve these cases. So we want to bring the chiefs closer to governance. And that is why, by the grace of God, when I am president, I am going to pay living wages to the chiefs. Living wages. What we are paying today, they cannot live on. Today, we are only paying paramount chiefs. That's it. We don't pay divisional chiefs. We don't pay queen mothers. And what even we pay paramount chiefs is not sufficient. 1,000 cedis a month, even to go for a meeting, that will not be enough to pay for petrol in and out. And so the manifesto that is coming out is going to promise living wages to our chiefs, and we are going to pay not only paramount chiefs, but we'll pay divisional chiefs and queen mothers, so that the whole institution can support government. If we want the chiefs to support government, then we have to look after the chiefs. And so we will do so in my dispensation as president of this country. The other thing that I want us to do is to bring the churches and the faith-based institutions, the Islamic institutions, the churches, also closer to government. So far, we've left them out. But the churches help a lot the faith-based institutions. They are building a lot of schools. A lot of schools that we have in Ghana, we owe to them. Whether it's Wesley Girls, Simonic Girls, all these Nandom Secondary, all these major schools. It's the churches, T.I., Ahmadiyya, and all of that. The faith-based institutions have built a lot of schools and hospitals and so on. But government doesn't really give them a lot of incentives to do more. But we rather focus on our external development partners. So when we say this is an external development partner, so this one is duty-free. So they wouldn't pay a duty. But if a church is bringing it in, then we'll say, pay duty. If an Islamic institution is bringing it in, pay duty. I'm changing that. I want to designate all churches and faith-based institutions as development partners. They will have an official designation as development partners. So if they are bringing in anything to help develop this country, they will also come in duty-free like what our external development partners are doing. You will see, I'm telling you, you will see that more is going to be done. Because so far, not long ago, a few months ago, I had the opportunity to go to the Vatican to meet with His Holiness Pope Francis. And I was able to have a discussion with many people. And you see that a lot of help come into Ghana to help. But when people are bringing so much equipment, medical equipment and so on, they are asked to pay duty. And then they don't bring it, and we lose out. So I'm trying to move us into that area where your churches can and other faith-based organizations can help in our development. Your Majesty, one other area that I believe all of us have been hearing about is the practice and the talk about LGBTQ, where men are supposed to marry men and women are supposed to marry women. That practice cannot happen under a Bawumia presidency. It will never happen. Not today, not tomorrow, until Judgment Day. That will never happen. In our religion, whether it's the Bible or the Quran, we don't agree. Our culture, which you, the chiefs, hold, we don't agree. So LGBTQ practice, they can add any other letter they want. It will not happen. It will not happen. So we have to preserve our society. We have to preserve our culture. So no matter what the consequences are, we will bear the consequences and preserve our society and our culture, no matter what it is. Very soon, next month, our manifesto will come out and detailed policies will come out. I'm just mentioning a few things. Persons with disability under my government will attend university and tertiary institutions for free. All persons with disabilities will attend university for free, and that will help all of us. The import duty regime is going to change. Right now, we are losing competitive advantage to Togo. So I have a new policy which will say Ghana's import duty cannot be higher than Togo's import duty. We are setting up a cap on the import duty regime, and we are going to charge import duties in cedis, flat rates import duty in cedis, so that it will not depend on what the exchange rate is today, and they'll charge you your import duty. If you are bringing a container of spare parts, 40-footer, we know this is 20,000 cedis, for example, and that is it. Regardless of when it arrives, it's 20,000 cedis. That will give us respect for our cedis and reduce the pressure on the exchange rate. So I have many new policies that we are bringing in. Passport application is going to be so easy under my administration, Because when we were doing the Ghana card, I asked for the passport form to make sure all the questions on the passport form are also on the Ghana card form. So from next year, by the grace of God, nobody has to fill a separate application for a passport. If you have a Ghana card, just pay the fee and we'll print the passport for you. It is going to be very easy. Once you have the Ghana card, you have a pass. We will print the passport for you. Nobody should go and look for new form to fill and then go through all of that. No, your Ghana card. Today, if you go abroad, whether Germany, whether Saudi, whether China, UK, United States, you go abroad today, Cameroon, and your passport gets missing, you can take your Ghana card and board a plane and come back to Ghana. This is the power of the Ghana card. We have registered it with the International Civil Aviation Organization, ICAO, and it's recognized in 44,000 airports and border entries in the whole world. So we have the Ghana card. You can use it to travel, and we are going to make sure if you have the Ghana card, you don't need to apply separately for a passport. Just pay the fee and we'll print it for you. We have your fingerprints. We have everything for you. So we are going to bring new policies. So, Your Royal Majesty, this election, as I said, is between two people, Dr. Bawumia or former President Mahama. The choice is which of these two has done the work. I have only been vice president. I have not yet been president. But I can tell you that as vice president, I've done more than John Mahama did as president. I have. This is why I challenged him to a debate, but he has refused. I know. I know why he has refused. Because he knows I know why he has refused. Because he will not be able to stand the debate. Because we will debate facts. So, but the only thing that I want to say in closing is that John Mahama can only be president for 4 years. 4 years. That's what the Constitution allows him. But by the grace of God, Bawumia can be president for 8 years. 8 years. But we all know that when the presidency, whoever is president, when the presidency leaves the north, it is going to take a long time for it to come back to the north. Isn't it? We have 16 regions. So for 11 other regions, they will also be looking, isn't it? So it will take a long time for it to come back. So if it is coming here, God has given it to us. Do we want it for 8 years or 4 years? 8 years or 4 years? 8 years or 4 years? Yumani be yumanansi. Yumani be yumanansi. Yumani be yumanansi. Yumani, as we wanted for 8 years. Let's vote for Dr. Bahamudu Bawumia and vote for my senior brother, Lawyer Ambrose Derry, who has been phenomenal for Nandom. Phenomenal. Vote for him to continue this work for all of us and bring in more jobs. We have created more jobs than any other government in history of this country. So please vote for Ambrose. Thank you very much.